Know that the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints is the only true church upon the face of the earth. And know that the Spirit, it's more important how they feel in these places than it is of what they learn or what they see. That's the important thing. So those 5 things have been our guiding thing of what we want to teach.
Now you've given them a coin that has some significant words on it. Explain what that coin is and why, and what's the, even after Heritage Tours, what do you want them to?
Well, coming across the desert one time when I lived in California, I thought I wanted to give them something that they could have always to remember. When they looked at it, they would think of their experience. So I just thought maybe a simple coin. And it started out that way. It had Heritage Tours on it, the year they went. We've always had the motto is an experience in travel, emphasizing just not a tour, but an experience as you travel. And so that would be on there. Heard a great story from David Durfee, time about his ancestors who lived in Nauvoo, and only one of the family left Nauvoo and followed Brigham Young. The other 9 children stayed in Nauvoo, and now they are members of Baptist Church and Methodist Church. And so we coined the phrase of by the Mississippi, the saints crossing the river, following the prophet Brigham Young. And so we coined the phrase cross the river, or CTR. In the church we have the CTR, choose the right, the ring, and everything else. And so we've started to coin that little phrase for them to remember, and we put a river on the coin, CTR. But there are other places that have developed in the last couple of years where we've come up with some other CTRs. Continue the rescue. When we talked about the Sweetwater River with the 4 boys helping people across the river. Who have you helped across the river?
And those were the boys who came, who were in the valley, who came and rescued.
Up there and rescue the pioneer of the Morton Handcart Company, and even, you know, have you helped someone across the river to continue the rescue of people? So CTR, continue the rescue. When we get to the Susquehanna, we talk about the priesthood, and that the priesthood, the crowning blessings of the Melchizedek priesthood is the temple ordinances. And so to have the got to think about a current temple recommend, CTR. Finally, when we get to Adam-on-Diamond, we talk about the kids that this is going to be not only a historic place, but this is a place with a future. This is where the Savior is going to come. And those that are righteous and who are obedient will be able to be to that meeting when the Savior comes at Adam-on-Diamond. And we put on the coin, I will be there. And so we talk about that commit to return. Commit to return to Adam-on-Diamond. It's sort of a judgment day. Will you be ready? Will you be obedient to return? So CTR. And then all 4 of these lead the kids to, if they do these, to a testimony of the Savior.
Which really is of what you want them to accomplish.
What we want them to do. So,
and that they all...
Christ the Redeemer is what I was trying to
Christ the Redeemer.
Think of at Adam-on-Diamond. We always end at Adam-on-Diamond with that idea of the second coming. Will you be ready? Will you, what you've learned and what you've experienced on these 19, 20 days, will it prepare you to be obedient throughout the rest of your life and return? And so the coin at the end of the trip is to remind them of these things I always tell them, whenever I see them, I'm going to ask them a coin check. If you got your coin with you, girls in your purse, boys in your pocket, whatever. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't.
Have you been able to see some people and say, hey, or they
Well,
have?
I got embarrassed one time because
Were
I
they?
was at American Fork and I went down to Parker's. I was working for Dennis and I went to have a sandwich, a hamburger at Parker's. And I went in and I saw this girl who was cooking behind the counter, and she looked at me and I kind of looked at her, and she finally came up and she said, "Brother E, I'm so-and-so, coin check." And I reached in my pocket and I had changed my pants that day and I didn't have my coin with me. And she reached in her Levi's and pulled out her coin. And I've had other kids do that too, and I've done it to them.
No, that actually answered one of my questions. What do you want these kids to get out of? I mean, if there's, that you've told me this before, that, and it's always a big sticking issue with you, is you're trying to keep the cost to a certain amount, and it almost pains you when you have to go over that because you're wanting it to be a certain, for them to afford, and that's it's a sacrifice for a lot of people. But you also know that you've also put in a lot of work into the book and all the places that you go, and you want them to get the most out of it. What if there's one thing? What do you want them to, when they see you on the street? What do you hope that they've gotten out of it?
Well, I hope, first of all, that they felt like the money they paid, that it was worth it. I mean, I've always told every group, I tell them that the first time we go, we meet with them, that if anybody came home and said, that wasn't really all that important, and it really wasn't worth the money we paid, then I think I would say, hey, we don't need to do this. But if they come home and they say it was an experience that changed their life or caused them to be more obedient and to live their lives in accordance to the principles of the gospel, then that's, no money can pay for that. And that's what I hope that they'll remember, and it'll change their life to do that.
And this is my last one, is when you hang up your blue Oxford shirt, which you have on, thank you for wearing that, what do you want to be your legacy? What are the things you want to be remembered for? And again, this, you're a very humble person, as many people know. But what do you hope that, and again, this is why we're doing this, is for your kids and your grandkids and your great-grandchildren, to say hopefully they will, as we're documenting this, what you want them to know of why you did it.
Well, I keep telling people that it's really not me. It's I get into the places, I try to prepare them, but I really don't want people to heap praise upon me, because the important thing is that, I have such a love for the prophet Joseph that I want them to, I just assume that through their life with this experience that they'll have a testimony of the Savior, but I want them so much to know the prophet Joseph. And I guess in my limited amount, I want to be known as the one that wanted to promote the prophet Joseph. I wanted to make him important in their life because of the prophet of the restoration. And I don't want any, I don't want to be praised or anything else. I've been grateful for people that have said things, but once again, the kids have to have it happen to them. They have to be in tune. They have to prepare themselves for it. And I just hope that they'll remember Brother E, that he was one who cared about them. You know, for a long time in my seminary experience, I would say, I can't do this, I can't teach, I can't. Kids don't listen to me and everything else, and I'm always looking for the greener side of the pasture, and looking for things. But you know, when I look back on it and think the fact that I really believe the Lord had a hand in Heritage Tours. I really believe that He has directed me. He's blessed me with some great people that have helped me. I couldn't have done it without their help. I mean, there have been so many. You know, Nate Adams and Dave Bradley, Jim Toon,
Miller.
and Kathy Miller, who was with me for 19 years, who went every year and did so much work. But there have been so many great people, chaperones that have gone. But I just want to probably be known as Brother E, who had a good time with them.
Great. Well, thank you. Anything else?
No, I was telling Brother Toon, I guess, that next year. No, I was telling Brother Pello. He's another one I should mention. He's been with us for the last 4 years. And I told him I probably should get my eye fixed so the kids don't make fun of me. He says, I don't know why. He says, it's sort of your trademark. So I don't know whether I'll do that or not. But anyway, okay, it's been fun.
Thank you.
Thank
That
you.
was great. Oh, I'm so glad I got that.
Yeah.